Hello Throppers, and welcome back to another video podcast episode. And if this is your first time visiting, a special welcome to you. My name is Winthrop Wellington, and here on my channel, I help you move to and invest in Jamaica. And today we got a very special guest. We actually have the chairman of the IREC, or the International Real Estate Expo and Conference and Homeowners Conference, Mr. Edwin Winth. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
And this is not our first rodeo together, but it is our first rodeo in person.
Correct.
So it is very nice to meet you face to face.
Pleasure.
And to start with, how has the conference been going so far?
Yeah, well, from my perspective, I think we're hitting the mark. And from the feedback that I've gotten, the audience, our stakeholders and the public, they seem to, and the realtors, seem to be enjoying it and think that they're getting a lot of good content.
And it seems from, again, visually outside observation that it's well attended. The main room is packed. The breakout rooms are also very packed as well.
That's correct, yes.
And then I'm getting a lot of great feedback on, like you said, the content and the value that people are walking away from with this.
Yes.
And so for those that are not here and couldn't make it, what exactly are they missing out on?
Wow. So what we are showcasing is, well, a number of things. But the common theme is, as realtors, what do we do besides making commission? What's our contribution to GDP growth and Jamaica's national economy? And that's the underlying theme that's coming out. A lot of people didn't understand the connections, the nexus between, real estate, for example, and tourism, real estate and job creation, and how, so, okay, you're hearing about record growth in tourism. Great. They're staying in the hotels. Great. The hotels sitting on land. Where did the land come from? Who did the investors, who assisted with the process? So I'm just saying that the Realtors Association of Jamaica is the voice for real estate. And so we have to exercise that voice. That's what this is doing.
And I will say, to your point, there's an argument to be made that this industry could be looked at as the single most important industry to the economy in Jamaica. Given the example you just gave with, yes, tourism is booming, but again, there needs to be a place where these hotels sit. Mm-hmm. And so with that, and then also, as I'm sure you're well aware of, I'm very passionate about Jamaica. I'm very pro Jamaica, and I'm super, super, super bullish on the future of Jamaica. And I'm encouraging those out there who are even considering investing here or moving here to very much look into it in the biggest of ways and highly consider making that move and making that investment. And in that same thread and in that same breath, what would you say to those folks who are on that fence or on that line about should I do Jamaica or should I do Cancun or Turks and Caicos or anywhere other place in the world?
Well, here's the deal. Our tourism product is excellent. Our real estate, especially on the North Coast, the entire from east to west, I would say our real estate is still undervalued. And so the time to procure is now. As the saying goes, if you wait until the birds are chirping, it's too late. And, it's the rate of appreciation of real estate in Jamaica is unparalleled. How much risk is there? Well, except for when there was the meltdown in the US in the early 90s, and we might have suffered maybe for 12 months. Our market might have been just soft. Maybe rental rates dipped a little, property values never went off. And since then, it's in certain market segments, you're getting over 20% some years. So it's like a no-brainer.
And what makes you say that Jamaican real estate is undervalued?
Well, in terms of coastal properties, so we're now getting into the luxury market. So before now, we when we spoke of luxury, I remember this years ago. When we had um, another prime minister, and we had a meeting, and I said, "Well, Prime Minister, what are you doing about luxury real estate?" Because there was a Rob report I read that featured the Caribbean and real estate.
Oh wait, a what report?
Rob, ROBB.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
What is
Rob
that?
Report is a premier, magazine.
Okay.
And, it said Caribbean featuring. So clearly Jamaica. Look through the table of contents. Jamaica was on the table of contents. I looked through 3 times, page by page, no Jamaica.
Mm.
And I'm like, check back the content. It says Jamaica. I went through very slow the 4th time, and I found a half page. It only had Golden Eye for a half page. Okay? Some of our brothers in the Eastern Caribbean, St. Lucia, for example, had 3-4 pages with marinas and golf courses and, multi-billion-dollar developments. Jamaica had a little thing on. Now we're taking our rightful place in that end of the market. And so nobody understood the value, especially of coastal properties. Now that's changing. It's no longer just hotels.
And I totally agree with you that Jamaica, in a very big way, is moving heavily in the luxury real estate
Yes,
direction.
definitely.
How do you feel about that?
Well, there's a little bit for everyone.
Mhm.
And it's about opportunities. So if there's an area that presents opportunities for investors, then go for it. And that is one of those areas. In the same way that low income housing, there is an opportunity there as well. We speak of both. So it's a little bit for everyone.
I agree. I agree. And Jamaica is moving so fast in so many ways. And again, a lot of it is being driven by the real estate market here. But on the other side of it, even though we're doing so well and the interest is high, there is a lot of naysayers and negativity out there, especially in like my realm of YouTube.
Yes.
And I personally find a lot of it like ridiculous. I think it's over sensationalized. And I always tell people like, don't just listen to people blanketly, look
Yes.
into it. Even me, don't
Yes.
just listen to me,
Yes.
look into it for
Yes.
yourself. But from your perspective, like, what do you say to those folks who are coming to you and saying Jamaica is this or that, the crime, it's slow, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, I'll never invest. And they're encouraging other people never to invest.
Right. Okay. So it's risk and reward. Low risk is low reward. High risk is high reward. What do you want? Simple. Simple equation. If you wait until it's perfect, you can't afford it. So the time is now. It's simple.
And that's just how you said it. It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's very simple to understand. I don't know why they can't see this.
Yeah. They will see it when it's too late. That's the nature of, if everyone understood and saw it, there'd be a stampede.
Right.
So some people have to come late.
And and that's kind of been my own internal mental conclusion. And it's just like, okay, thank you for watching or listening to me, and then also bashing me at the same time. That's fine. And you're not going to invest. That's fine.
Yeah.
But in whatever amount of years from now,
Yeah.
You'll remember your comments. You'll remember this video. And I truly believe you're going to be like, maybe I should have listened to him, or maybe I should have listened to Mr. Wint, who was on his program, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could show them some real estate, especially in the Montego Bay and St. James area, that, in the past maybe 7 years, 6-7 years, the values have doubled. The values have doubled. It's doubled. And so, yes, crime, yada, yada, yada. Are you telling me there's no crime, say, in the U.S.? In some states, and people still investing, people still living there. Same here. That's what it is.
And I'll also say that there are many people in Jamaica from all socioeconomic backgrounds that are living wonderful, beautiful lives.
Correct.
Wonderful, beautiful lives. And as you mentioned, the US, I mean, and I'm just like, I kind of throw my hands up almost at this point, and I'm just like, fine. I love my life. I know my friends, my circle of people and colleagues here, especially being at a conference of this nature. There are really amazing, great, and professional people who are not only living great lives, but also part and contributing to this forward movement of this great nation.
I don't want to make light of situation and circumstances. It's real, but it's real everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is, again, so you measure the risk and you measure the reward. What do you want? You want a low risk with a low reward, or you want a higher risk with a higher reward? So that's the basics of investments.
Yeah.
And so the theme is investing in Jamaica, investing in real estate, the future real estate investment, destination Jamaica. I mean, I woke one morning and that was in my head, and it's here. And a lot of the topics we're looking at, the nexus between real estate and tourism, the nexus between this, that, all the different things that you'll see that we're showcasing for the 2 days. My team and I, but a lot of it conceptually came through my head, and I've been at the Wicket for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had a vision for what was trending, what's the next thing that everybody's looking for. And I think for those people who might have been on the fence, I think if they came here for the 2 days and went through the process and asked the tough questions,
Mm-hmm.
the Minister of Industry, Commerce was with us this morning, Senator Auburn Hill. Tomorrow morning is the Deputy Prime Minister. He's also the Minister of National Security. So if they were here, they could ask some tough questions, but they would get some fantastic statistics and some rationale to make them understand this thing sounds good. Yeah.
Great point. Great point. And earlier you mentioned some parts of Montego Bay. Is there any properties that you would like to highlight yourself and let people know about?
Okay, so like my office, my Montego Bay office is out in Fairview, which is next door to Freeport. That whole area, I came in pretty early, and we started managing a bunch of properties, and we managed most of what was originally at Fairview. And a lot of people, it was like scoffing at it. What are they trying to do? The footfall in terms of traffic coming through was not yet strong. And you had some people who even pulled up stumps.
What year are we talking about?
We're talking about what is it? Over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some people didn't wait. They didn't even wait a year. And I smiled. And I said, good, now we have more space. And if you try to go to Fairview now, it's jam-packed.
Crazy.
Okay?
Yeah.
But that takes vision, and the early developers had that vision. We share that vision with them. And the rest is history. Mm. So it comes back to the same point we're making. When they did that, it was just cane fields. And they saw the vision and they moved. Now, if they waited until it would be perfect, what would they be doing now?
And now try to buy a piece of property in that area.
And, especially in the Freeport area going down with the near to the waterfront areas, so the property values have moved like crazy. Like crazy. Okay, so the hurricane is coming. Okay, you're going to have disaster. Guess what happens the week after? The prices shoot up. So, I'm telling you, some property values have doubled in 5 years.
Yeah.
It just depends. And those who had, look, there's one development out in Bo, and in 3 years, property values moved 50% in 3 years.
Wow.
So.
Not many places in the world that's happening.
That's, if you were a first-time buyer in there, you could have sat down on it for 8-9 months and made good profit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Jamaica. It's Jamaica. The same thing happens in the grill. And it's Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Although I told you this before about coming down on a flight and a couple of guys talking, and they're talking about, this was back in when we really had some tough times, and talking about the crime, and some saying, but, so where are you going? Because we're going to Jamaica, we know what's happening. Where are you going? I said, I'm not going to Jamaica, I'm going to Negril. Again, it comes back to perception. And those who took the risk and took the chance have reaped the rewards. And the naysayers continue to be naysayers and not reaping any rewards. So that's it. Naysayers, you can't change some.
Yeah.
And they'll continue to be on the fence or go elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. You have to be comfortable when you're making your investment. I'm making a presentation tomorrow afternoon, and I have some statistics to present. And a lot of people are going to go, are you sure those are correct? But these are from even like our statistical institute. Some of it is from the World Bank, the IMF. They're real. And, Jamaica is with its own set of problems. Yes. But it also has another side, and it's magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for that first and foremost, and I'm definitely looking forward to your presentation.
And tell them to watch Bob Marley movie, okay?
Definitely. I haven't seen it yet, believe it or not, but I will, and everybody else.
Yeah, they'll see both sides.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So where can people find out more information about what you do, or perhaps if they'd like to contact you, how could they do that?
Okay, so my email address is ewint@bhgjamaica.com. That's I'm the CEO for Better Homes and Garden Real Estate, as well as chairman for the IREC. And my mobile number is the area code 876-383-9464.
Wonderful.